Welcome to Fitzy's Fabulous Scrapbooks. I'm Michelle Fitzgerald, aka Fitzy, and I'm an independent advisor for Creative Memories Scrapbooking, and I'm here to help you make your scrapbooks fabulous. All right, today I have a quick one. So first of all, Happy New Year, everybody. And last week I did take Christmas Day off because my family and I do celebrate Christmas. I did miss not being able to share some time with you, but I'm back on New Year's Day with a quick little one, just because it is still the holidays. Next week, I will be doing a new plus sign design sketch for all of you, and I hope you'll enjoy it. But today, I'm going to have us look down at my workstation. So let me just get over there. And spotlight, there we go. And we're going to do something with this new frame punch called the Damask Flourish, I believe it is called. A lot of people don't know or understand how to use a frame punch. And it's actually a really simple thing and can make a really quick, elegant looking page. So I want to show you how quick and easy this can be. Let me show you what I've already created, and then we're going to create with the new silver and gold pack. So voila! Is that a beautiful frame? So it's made with this punch. Now, I did use all tonal papers from the tonal paper pack for sfally'all. So that's actually an older pack. It's the fall pack, not from this past fall, but the fall before. But this is, I believe it's gone last chance. So it is still available if you like this color palette. All right. But I wanted to show you how quick and easy this can be, and that using a frame punch doesn't mean you can only put one photo on the page. I like to put more than one photo on most of my pages. Every now and then I like to do a page that is just for one special photo. But let's be honest, most of us have a lot of photos and we just want to get a lot of photos on one page. So I feel like 4 photos on a page at least is pretty good. So these would be 4x4 size photos. The white here represents a photo, not a mat. Okay, and these are 4x4 in size. All right, so let me quickly show you what I did. So this is a piece of the foiled paper from the gold and silver accent paper pack. This paper is beautiful. It's foil and it shimmers and shines, and oh, I just love it. And then the other papers here are from the tonal pack for gold and silver. Now, I'm not going to use all these papers. I just pulled out a few that I thought might be interesting with this foil papers. So we'll see how that goes. All right, so the first thing I want to do is pick the piece I'm going to cut and create the frame with. So I'm going to use this one, and it's a pretty, very dainty type pattern. But I think it'll look nice as background for whatever I use in the middle. So now with a frame punch, what I want to show you here, because this is important, and this is what makes the difference between a frame punch and just a regular border punch. It's the line on the tray. And it's on both sides. So you can do this on the right side or the left side. But I'm going to get this up close so I make sure everybody sees this line. This line is the deal maker right here. All right. You have to line everything up to this line. Or you can go on this side and use this line. All right. So let's take a look at this. Now, to use the punch as a normal, just to make a border, I would line it up with one of these 2 lines that's on the front of the punch. But because I'm going to make a frame, I'm using one of the lines that's on the tray. And that's what makes it easy for you to create a frame. And there's really no other trick. You're going to see how quick and easy this is and think, how come I didn't realize that? All right. So I'm just going to line up after I've punched once to make sure the pattern covers the pattern that's on the tray. And just in case you haven't seen one of these before, there's pattern here, and you're going to cover that completely with the pattern that you're punching out. All right. And once you do that, that helps you line your paper up correctly for the next punch. Now, when I'm creating a frame, and I think a lot of them are similar, but I don't want to speak too soon. But usually if you punch, I believe it's 5 times on each side, you're going to get the results that you're looking for in terms of creating a frame. So I'm just going to do that now. So see how I have punched 5 times, okay? Now it leaves these 2 little buggers on the end, right? These 2 little squares, but don't worry about those. We're going to take care of those in a minute, all right? So I have my paper like this. That's just what cut, right? I'm going to pull it out, and now I'm going to turn it once. And now this little square, I'm going to line up on that line on the tray. And now I'm going to punch. All right. And this creates my beautiful corner. All right. Now I'm just lining up again. So that was my first punch. Here's my second. And we're going to do number 3. And 4. And 5. So now I have a piece that looks like this at the end. All right. And you guessed it, we're going to turn it again, and we're going to line up this little square on that line on the tray. All right. And we're just going to keep repeating this process until we have punched everything out. 5 punches on each side. And you just need to turn once and punch on that, line that little box up on your line on your tray and punch. And I don't know, this, I just love the design of this punch. It's just so pretty and so elegant. All right, there were my 5 punches, and now I'm left with this. This is my last side, okay? So I'm going to line this up on the line again. My little square comes off, and I have my beautiful corner. Now I'm just gonna go ahead and punch again. This is really quick. I hope everybody had a wonderful Christmas or Hanukkah or whatever they celebrate. My family and I had a very nice Christmas. And I'm hoping everybody is excited for the new year. And look at this. Is that beautiful? All right. So don't forget, you get a lot of junk that comes out of the punch. So make sure you clear that away. And I probably should have cleared it away sooner so it didn't clump up too much, but it didn't really affect my punching. But look at all these little pieces that come out. There's all kinds of little swirlies, fun little things. You may or may not be able to use them as a decorative element on your page, but I always recommend checking what comes out of the punch before you throw it out, because it might be something useful. All right. So now that we have this, now the next thing I want you to know is once this frame is completed, you have about a 9-inch square in the middle here. So what I did is I took a piece of paper, and I think what I'm going to do, I want to see how this looks. I'm going to use this as my base piece and put this on top, because now some of the little shiny parts will come out from this little decorative element there. And I think it's going to look really pretty. And I think because I want to add a little contrast, I'm going to go with this dark. I wouldn't call it black. I think it's more of a charcoal gray. On camera, it might look a little more black, but to me, it's more of a charcoal gray than flat out black. But what I'm going to do is create an 8.5-inch square. So I'm going to line up at the 8.5-inch mark with my trimmer and cut off a strip. And then I'm going to turn it one turn and cut another 8.5, or line up at the 8.5-inch mark and cut again. And now I have an 8.5-inch square. And look at that. Now, there's a couple other things I did here to make this come together. I felt like the corners were just too square for this pretty decorative frame. I'm going to move this over here so you don't get too much reflection. That's better, I think. Hopefully that's better. I'm playing around with the new light. So if you think the lighting looks better, the same, or worse, let me know. I'm trying to make things better. We'll see if it worked. So what I decided to do to kind of dress up the corner a bit is use my two-way corner rounder. Now, normally you cut by putting the paper in this way. But when I want to use a more decorative look, like what I have here, I'm actually going to turn the corner rounder and I'm going to put my paper in so that the corner of my paper is on the screw that's in the middle here. See this little screw here? If you don't put your paper in correctly, it doesn't cut correctly. So if you put, you won't get the right look, I guess is what I'm trying to say. So let me just see. So the corner of your paper should really almost come to a little below the middle of the screw. So it's still on the screw. It's a little further past the middle of the screw. It's right at the, like the bottom of the, yeah, it's a little past the middle. I just want to make sure I'm telling you all the right things so you get the right look. So I'm going to click this, and now I get my pretty little corner. All right. So I'm going to do that with all my little corners here. And I'm just going to take my time to make sure I'm putting the paper in correctly. And when I do, I get that nice little corner look. And look what a difference that makes. It's a small little thing, right? But I think somebody said it in one of the comments, might have been Marion or Debbie. I don't remember, but one of you had said something like small things make a big difference. And I could not agree more with that comment. It's those little details that really make a difference in your scrapbooking. Now, I also took my photos. These are my, supposedly my photos, but these are 4 by 4 inches. All right. So I started my frame part with a 12 by 12 inch piece of paper. Now you can do it on a smaller piece, but it needs to be even. It can't be odd numbers. So you can't do it on a 7 by 7 square, but you could do it on an 8 by 8 square. All right. So always think even numbers with the frame punch. And then this square here is 8.5 inches. All right. And then your photos, these are not mats. These are going to be the actual photos, are 4x4 in size. And let me just cut another 2. I cut a few of these beforehand. So I'm just going to cut 2 more. Just to help you see. I'm always better when I have a visual, so I figure there must be more people out there like me, right? If you're liking this, or if you think this is helpful, I would love it if you would put that in the comments. So I'm going to do the same thing on these, my pretend photos that I did for the 8.5-inch mat here. I'm just going to make fancy corners on one corner of each photo or square. Now, you could use smaller photos, but still use these as a 4x4 mat for your photos. That's fine. Yeah, it's your page, so you do what you want on it. That's what I always say. Now, I want you to notice, and you know what, let me tack a couple of these things down just to make things a little simpler, so they're not sliding all over the place. And I'm not going to do too much with the tape runner, but I didn't tape run the whole thing. I might have gone around and did like every other one of these little decorative elements here. Hold on, I'm just trying to get this straight. And I think it is. I think I have to move it this way a little bit. Ah, okay, that looks good. And then let me put my little mat on. So as you can see, this is a really quick, simple layout. You could have this done in about 5 minutes, as you can see, right? Don't you love that? I know I do. And I'm just going to quickly show you. So I could put these like this, just like I did over here. See how nice it all comes together? I love this. And then if I wanted to, for a different look, what I could do, I could turn these so that we create this look as well. Let me get this. So how fun is that? So again, you have some options, right? So my thing is take some time and really play with your frame punches. And this is a very new one. It just came out before Christmas. And I have to tell you, I'm in love, 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 love this. This is Damask Flourish. I hope I'm pronouncing it correctly. It's very possible I'm not, but I hope I am. But I just think this is such a fun, simple, and quick layout. And yes, you can get more than one picture. But here's the cool thing. If you only have one photo that you want to get on, you could put just one photo, or you could put 2 4x6 photos maybe. Well, they'd have to be a little smaller, but you can play around with this. And that's what I like about this layout. Okay. So that's my quick little easy thing for today. I just want to remind you all, if you have any questions or concerns, please feel free to email me at fitzy's.fabulousScrapbooks@gmail.com. You can always join our Facebook group over at FRQ Glitz Girls Scrapbooking Group. My team and I are doing a series of organizational / power layout videos we have another one coming up. I believe it's on January 11th, but the other videos we've already done are now living on that Facebook group in the featured tab. This is a free class. Nobody's charging anybody for anything. Just come check it out. I think it's worth knowing how to use the power sort box, and we're going to dive more into that in our next class on January 11th. All right. I'm going to come back up to me. Give me one sec. Here we go. Hello. So I'm glad you all could join me tonight. Again, I hope you all had great holidays, and I will be back next week once again with a new plus sign design sketch just for you because I care, right? Now, if you like this video and you have not yet subscribed, please subscribe to my channel. I would love to have you. And if you've already subscribed, try to find that little bell. People have trouble finding the little bell, but if you find the bell and you're able to click on it, then you get notified every time I put out a new video. And as always, I am here every Sunday night, except for Christmas when it falls on a Sunday. At 8 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. And I put out another video like this. Sometimes they're a little longer, sometimes they're a little shorter, sometimes they're in between. But there's always, I hope you feel, good information that will help you continue to make progress in your fabulous scrapbooks. All right, so that is it for now. Thank you so much for watching, and have a great week, everybody. I'll see you next time. Bye for now.